Welcome back, dear viewers, with our first guest for today. As you know, artificial intelligence is no longer a concept of the future. It is already reshaping classrooms and redefining the way students learn and how teachers teach. From personalized learning tools to smarter assistant methods, AI is opening new personalities or possibilities in education while raising important questions and concerns about ethics, access, and the role of human education. To help us know more about artificial intelligence, how it is transforming education and what it is meant for the future of learning, we are pleased to welcome our first guest of the day, Dr. Shaikhah Aleinati, Associate Professor for Human Resources Management and Head of the Management Department at the College of Business Studies. Good morning, Dr. Shaikhah.
Good morning, Mariam. Pleased to have you. Thank you so much.
Well, it's our pleasure because we are, let's say we are in the winter break.
Yes.
And we have a lot of questions as a student and a full-time job employee. I have too much concerns about the use of artificial intelligence in universities. Yes. So to shoot with the first question, do we really need artificial intelligence in classrooms?
Definitely we do. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, when we think about artificial intelligence, if you want to a little bit define it, artificial intelligence is about systems. These systems analyze data.
Yes.
And then they look into the patterns of these data.
Yes.
And then they give you an informed decisions. Now, take this AI into classrooms or into education. It will help you to analyze your students. For example, if some of the students struggle in some areas, then it will tell you which areas they need help in. It will actually even give you methods of teaching.
It's just like implying the KPI, or let's say employment praising, and let's say the annual KPIs
for human resources.
For human resources on students. Maybe it's good, but also it's like employing artificial intelligence in classrooms, whether in schools or in university. It has like a double-edged weapon.
Correct.
It has pros and cons. With let's say accelerating emergence of artificial intelligence in everywhere in Kuwait, we are getting the cons more than the pros. This is my opinion.
Okay, I like your opinion.
Yes.
That's good. It's very valid concern.
Yes.
And I totally agree with you, because whatever new things we have to be very careful on how to deal with it.
Yes.
The idea of having artificial intelligence in nowadays is an absolute. We cannot even turn away from it. It is something that we have to be in it. I mean, it's already there. It's everywhere. You can see it in the market now. The competition is higher and higher.
Exactly.
With the technology and with the use of AI. Now, if we want to take that back into education with the pros and cons, of course there is a pros and cons, definitely there is. But if I want to take that into education, it helps a lot. So if I want to talk about the pros first, the positive side of using AI, as I mentioned earlier, it will help you to analyze the data you have.
Yes.
It will actually reduce your tasks. For example, I do a lot of administration kind of work. One of them is correcting examinations. The time consuming, it will save me when I use the AI. It will be so much faster.
Exactly.
Nevertheless, this is only one example. Nevertheless, if I looked at AI and the usage of AI from students rather than teachers, if I want to begin with, then it could be used in a very bad way. For example, it could generate information for the students. They sometimes take it as it is.
Not only as it is, we as a student, a lot of doctors and teachers are complaining about plagiarism. Students do not fathom and understand that plagiarism is not only an academic crime, it's gonna follow you. It's gonna impact your, let's say, employment, professional life. Plagiarism is a crime. It's not something that, it's just happened at university. No, if you are accused of plagiarism, especially with AI, it's a big crime.
It is, definitely it is. See, this is it. When you start with having such kind of technology, new technology such as the AI, you need to know how to deal with it. One of them is to teach your students, your faculty members, as well as students, how to deal with its ethical issues. One of them is plagiarism, that's for sure. There is tools in AI that will define what kind of, you know, authenticate, for example.
Exactly. We see the teachers show us in every, let's say, assignment, they show us that there is, let's say, a scale or a meter that shows if the percentage is high, that there is a plagiarism and there is copy-paste mechanism happen, and there is AI usage, ChatGPT or any kind of artificial intelligence they use. But even though students do not learn, they are getting more stubborn, and I don't want to say smarter, but the majority of them getting stupid and smart in the same time. They know how to hack the system. It's not something that you need to brag about.
Yes, it is a double sword edge, as you said earlier. It is true. Nevertheless, with AI, you can use it as a tool. So if you look at it from the brighter side, I'm not only a faculty member, I'm also a researcher. So I do use it, but in an ethical way. So for example, it's a tool. Instead of spending, for example, months and months gathering journal papers and books on certain subject, I can simply generate those resources using AI. So in other words, you can use AI for your own benefit, for your own, you know, like as a facilitator, as like a personal assistant for yourself.
It's gonna save time. It's gonna save me the effort. It's gonna save a lot of things. It's gonna save my peace of mind.
Exactly.
Especially, as you said, in correcting exams.
Exactly.
Okay. Now let's talk about the usage of AI inside the classroom. Do you think that in the near future, AI will replace teachers? This is a big question.
It is a very, so far not yet.
Yes.
But I have to mention one thing that is very important in education.
Yes.
Education needs that human interaction.
Exactly.
You need to develop not only the technical or the knowledge of your students. I know they can get these knowledge and training from AI kind of softwares, and they can, you know, find it in many different platforms, even training platforms online. So it's easy to get, but the human interaction is not that easy to replace.
Exactly.
So teachers, they're not only giving informations and trainings, they will also develop
connecting humanly with students.
Exactly. They develop even your skills. They teach you about ethics. They tell you what is acceptable, not acceptable. They develop your emotional intelligence. So the human factor is not easy to be replaced by AI.
Exactly, yes. It's so unreplaceable, but yes. Okay, we know that studying online, we know that we have like to submit homeworks, and we have the working at home also we have now, thanks to AI. But even though there are challenges facing the faculty members and students, not all students or faculty members have that luxury or the let's say, not only the luxury, the benefit of having the latest gadgets, what's something that can facilitate them. Except for the financial challenges, what are other challenges that are facing in there?
Well, to begin with, as using AI, it's very well known that we have to be very considerate about data privacy. So when I talk about you know, searching or using AI for extracting resources and stuff like that, I have to be very careful. Even with students, if I used AI in my systems, for example, in school, to generate what kind of, you know, analyze one of my students, I can analyze them and see what are their weakest points, how I can improve them. These are very sensitive data. It can be linked back to the students.
Exactly.
Therefore, there has to be kind of legitimate, and there have to be consentments.
And also protected.
Definitely.
The information need to be protected. Let's talk about universal level. The students, let's say, let's call them young adults, are ready to join the workforce. We need to protect these kind of information, human information, because this will affect and reflect on their professional life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this takes us back again to the ethical consideration. When you use data, you can use data. Are they available free online? Yes, you can have them. But how can you do it? How can you use it? Are you gonna, for example, allow ChatGPT to write it up for you? No, then you are violating. You're not using your creativity. You're not using your own words. You're not putting your effort in there.
Exactly.
So it should not replace what we think or how we search in a research or how we do our, for example, homework. It can facilitate us. For example, I'll give you a very quick example. there are many different tools in AI when it analyzes a student, for example, a mathematical equation.
Yes.
There are tools using the AI, and then it can tell the students while they're doing their mathematical equation, it will tell us, okay, now you did this, what can you do next? So it interacts with the students a little bit to give them a little bit of hints, one by one, to give them the logic of how to
just
solve
like
it.
assisting and predicting the next step, but also giving the opportunity or the choice for the student to go either to plan A or plan B. To find to reach Z, for example. But as we said that there are ethics.
Correct.
And the majority now lack ethics, especially with AI. But what skills students need to have just to know and how to deal with AI? We know it's available for everyone.
Yes.
It's everywhere. Mobiles, laptops, tablets, tabs, everywhere.
Exactly.
We need to have skills and ethics. How can students get them?
Okay, very good. First of all, we have to define that AI is very important in our life, and it is a part of technology that we have to acquire in order to be a better citizens, in order to have the edge and the competition that we need. So if you want to use AI, we have to, as teacher, I have to teach my students what are the limitations of AI. By the way, AI has a lot of limitations. I did use it myself. Sometimes I even test it for analyzing some of my data, and then I found there could be some mistakes. Now we have prompts that we can use for AI that can give us the proper answer, but nevertheless, it is not it's not 100% correct. You have to know your data. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to know how to deal with the technology to give you the right tool.
It's not smart after all. It's
smart and not smart,
yeah,
but it generates a lot of
time. You talked about limitations. Now, this next question and final question is important. Do you think AI is suitable for all educational levels?
It is, but we have to make very sure we have to make consideration with the age level. For example, with youngsters, we have to make sure that the AI, that when we use it, it's not taking over their creativity, their curiosity, especially with younger kids.
Exactly.
You need to facilitate it rather than prevent it, rather
so
than to give them.
At the university level, not before, because from my own opinion, I think in European countries, they started to go back to classic education.
Yes.
To, let's say, drive away from AI and the use of gadgets and tools in schools. They are focusing now on their mental health, mental well-being, creativity, emotions. To be a teacher and a student in a classroom, no third party between. So I think university is the best level to use AI because it's going to push them to the professional life.
You can. I mean, this is of course very important, but still, I would think that you can still use AI from the very early on stages of learning, because it is a tool, as you said, you know, and at the end of the day, it's how you use it rather than how it takes over. But you've said very important point that people, I know, like schools right now, many of them European ones, are trying to stay away from gadgets, and I totally understand, because with the studies, it shows that there are a lot of people who got distracted because of the gadgets. It minimizes the students' concentrations and ability to interact, and that's what happened usually. So in my opinion, I think AI can be used at early ages, but as a tool, not as a replacement of a teacher or of education system, rather than to facilitate our teaching and put it in a very creative way.
Well, that's interesting. Unfortunately, Dr. Shaikhah, we ran out of time for our own segment, and we would like to continue talking about the use of AI. Once again, thank you very much for joining us on Good Morning Kuwait. I wish you all the best, inshallah, in 2026. So, my dear viewers, all thanks and appreciation to our guest, Dr. Shaikhah Aleinati, Associate Professor of Human Resources Management and Head of Management Department at the College of Business Studies. Now we're going to take a break, and then let's see what we have left.